I caught my fiancé hooking up with my sister while I'm pregnant, and tomorrow I'm exposing everything at our family gathering. I have reached the edge of what I can bear. I am 28 and have been with my fiancé for just over 3 years. We live together with my 4-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. 3 weeks ago, I found out I am pregnant again. At first, I was overjoyed, naive enough to think we were finally creating the stable family I had always wanted. He grew distant the very next day. He ignored my excitement, started coming home late, and kept his phone glued to him at all times. I began noticing strange calls and those discreet social media notifications that vanished too quickly. My gut told me to investigate. I almost wish I had not. He has been secretly hooking up with my older sister behind my back. She was the one I always tolerated, even though she drags drama wherever she goes. She would hug me when relatives were around, pretend to be the supportive older sibling, then turn around and badmouth me to her friends. I never imagined she would crawl into my life this deeply. It felt like a slap in the face to read their messages calling me clueless for not noticing. He told her about the pregnancy before he was honest with me about his doubts, and they joked about how stressed I would be raising another child. My sister bragged that our entire family thinks she is the more interesting and more popular sibling. Meanwhile, I am just the quiet one who apparently deserves this. I do not know if they are still meeting in secret or if they just get a kick out of hurting me. My fiancé denies everything whenever I confront him, says I am hormonal, that my imagination is running wild. My sister keeps messaging me, telling me I should keep my mouth shut and stop being dramatic. I am done hiding my anger. My mother wants me to talk it out calmly, but how do I fix something so broken I can barely breathe? My fiancé thinks I will just accept this. He is counting on me being too shy or too pregnant to do anything. Tomorrow, I plan to blow this up in front of the entire family. We are supposed to have a casual get-together at our parents' house, ironically to celebrate my pregnancy announcement. I will gather my phone logs, the screenshots, and all those humiliating texts they sent each other. Once all the relatives have settled in, I will put everything on display. No more secrets. I might burn everything in the process. I might lose any chance of a pleasant co-parenting scenario. But I feel like I have no other way to reclaim my dignity. I have been crying nonstop for days, my nerves are shot, and all I get from my fiancé is either silent treatment or insults. My sister taunts me and acts like I am worthless. I see no reason to protect them anymore. I do not know what happens next. Maybe they will run off together. Maybe they will lie or twist things around to make me look insane. My fiancé has not contributed much financially, so I worry about affording my daughter and this potential new baby on my own. Yet I cannot pretend everything is normal. I have to protect whatever self-respect I have left. I am going to set my entire world on fire tomorrow. Part of me feels terrified, the other part is numb. Regardless, I am done letting them tiptoe around my heart. If they want my silence, they should have kept their betrayal better hidden. Let everyone see exactly who they are. That is all I have left. Update. I exposed my fiancé and sister's betrayal at the family gathering. I am still reeling from what happened. After writing my last post, I spent hours debating with myself about whether I should really go through with exposing them at our family gathering. A part of me was scared I would turn my whole life upside down forever. But I knew I couldn't keep letting them walk all over me while pretending everything was fine. I called my mom beforehand to let her know I was breaking up with him and to prepare her. When I arrived at my parents' house, everyone was already there, including my ex-fiancé and my sister. My mother tried to pull me aside, whispering that we should talk first. I stayed calm, walked straight into the living room where everyone was sitting, and asked them to listen. They looked confused. My sister immediately rolled her eyes, and my fiancé mumbled something, probably hoping I would stay silent. I started reading the most shocking parts of the messages I found between the two of them. They mocked me, joked about me not noticing anything, and said I deserved this. I had timestamps proving he was sneaking around with my own sister, while I was at home with my daughter. My sister stood up and accused me of lying, her voice defensive and low-pitched. But I just kept reading. The messages spoke for themselves. I revealed how he told her about my pregnancy before even discussing it with me, and how they laughed about me being stressed raising another child. My fiancé tried to dismiss me, claiming I was overreacting and misinterpreting the situation because of my emotional, pregnant state. He even blamed my mental health. By then, he stormed out of the room, and my sister started crying. My dad stared at the floor, silent, while my mother looked horrified. Finally, my sister snapped and stormed out, yelling that I was a dramatic liar who blew everything out of proportion. Now the fallout begins. My fiancé, or rather my ex-fiancé, has been texting me non-stop. One moment he says he is sorry, the next he blames me for humiliating him. He shows zero genuine remorse. He is just mad that I exposed him. My sister calls me horrendous names, says I ruined her image, and refuses to take responsibility. She insists I am making up drama. Honestly, I do not even know if they are still seeing each other or blaming each other for being caught. Either way, their secret is out, and that is all I wanted. I am now talking to a lawyer because this man barely contributed financially before. I have to protect my daughter and ensure I never have a child with him. Only the thought of raising 2 kids alone is terrifying. I feel numb and heartbroken at times, but I also feel a strange sense of relief. At least everyone knows the truth now. I exposed everything that day in the living room, but at least I am no longer being trampled on in silence. My sister and ex-fiancé can no longer laugh behind my back. Yes, things will probably get messy. They might lie to other relatives, people we mutually know, or twist the story. But I am glad I refused to keep quiet. All I can do now is focus on the positive, talk to my lawyer, and move forward. It will be painful, but I will do everything in my power to build a new future on my own terms, far away from these people. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to get out of the house? Because he indirectly accused me of having an affair with my brother-in-law? I, 26 female, have been married to my husband, 27 male, for a year. I dated him for 5 years and finally got married to him last year. He's always been perfect for me, and I simply cannot understand why he is acting like this all of a sudden and so suspicious about me and my brother-in-law. I didn't even know that my husband was insecure about my relation with my brother-in-law. I got to know about it from my brother-in-law, and I don't like this at all. I also don't want to ruin my perfect marriage over some misunderstanding, but I am really mad at my husband for not trusting me. I always had a great relationship with my brother-in-law. He's 3 years younger than me. Ever since my husband introduced me to his family, I and my brother-in-law got along. I think of him as my younger brother. It's kind of funny that I get along with him more than my own brothers, and we joke about it. My brother-in-law is very frank with me, and so am I. He often jokes and makes me laugh, in front of our family or if we spend time alone, and he always helps me, which is why we are so damn close to each other. Like 7 months ago when I was sick, my husband wasn't present to help me. He was in a different city because of his new job. It was my brother-in-law who helped me and stayed with me for a week. He helped me with chores, cooking, laundry. Even when I asked him to not let me bother him, he just said, "Sis, it's my responsibility to help you and take care of you in my brother's absence." But 3 months ago my brother-in-law got distant. Usually my brother-in-law used to check up on me and call me every few days, but he got distant. He would come over for dinner and spend time with me when I am alone, but he stopped. I thought maybe he is going through something. I asked him, but he just brushed it off. But he started avoiding me more and stopped visiting me, and I started growing anxious, so I visited him 4 days ago. I wanted to know the reason. After I visited him and pressured him, he told me that his brother asked him to stay away from me, and he doesn't like the fact that we are so close, especially when he's not around, and he finds our close bond disgusting. I hugged him and said that I will talk to my husband and comforted him, cause I think he's just as hurt as I am. My husband is accusing his brother and his wife, and it's disgusting. I love both men. The only difference is I love my husband romantically and sexually, and I love my brother-in-law because I think of him as my brother. Anyway, I confronted my husband, and he kept telling me and explaining himself how he wanted to hide it from me, and how he thinks that me being close to my brother-in-law is icky, and people will judge us, etc., etc. I said, fuck those who think about us like this, and I don't care. I will continue to be close to my brother-in-law, and I am disappointed that you have so little trust in me and your own brother. He said he's sorry. I told him to get out and do not return until I tell you. My husband left, but he constantly calls me and texts me. I reply to him and ask him how he's doing, etc., but I didn't tell him to come back even though he has asked me a lot. I am still angry at him for how he's thinking. So am I the asshole for kicking my husband out? I don't like that I kicked my husband, but I am angry and hate the way he's thinking. Update. I posted 2 days ago and realized that I truly fucked up by kicking him out and dismissing his concern with my brother-in-law, and for those who are asking me if I am in brother-in-law's sheets, or I got the hots for him, I don't, and it's disgusting. I truly think of him as my younger brother, and always thought of him as one I would never cheat on my husband with, and I kicked him out of his house because I was pissed at him for accusing me of having an affair with his own brother. My husband indirectly accused me of having an affair, and there's no way he can justify it. If my brother ever hinted or asked me that he wants to be with me, I would literally slap him and tell everyone in our family, especially my husband, and avoid him. But after all these years, I know that my brother-in-law thinks of me as his sister, and I adore him. He stayed with me and visits me cause he is concerned about me, so stop with disgusting DMs, and replies nauseated face. Anyway, I asked my husband to come back and told him it's better for us to talk it out than just stay apart and become paranoid. My husband came back and told me that he don't like how close I am with my brother-in-law. He said that his friends keep telling him that he and his brother are sharing a woman and tease him. I asked him, what does he want? I asked, does he want me to stay away from his brother? He said he does. I said, then I will do it. I will not talk to his brother as much and forget about treating him as my brother. I called my brother-in-law and told him that we should stay away from each other and should only interact when our family members are present and keep it minimal. He said he is okay with it, and he has been thinking about it, and he thinks it's not worth so much drama and will keep his distance from me. My brother-in-law asked me to pass the phone to my husband, and my brother-in-law apologized to my husband and said he would stay away from me and won't be as close to me as he was before. They talked and agreed, and now my brother-in-law is going to avoid me, which is better than my husband being mad at me and avoiding me. But I told my husband that he better not think about that I would secretly meet his brother. We both were transparent and never hid anything from you. If I am losing my friend and my brother just because he's your brother and known him for years, then I will stay away from all men. But don't you dare suspect me of cheating ever again. I said that he's not allowed to stay close to other women either, his friends or cousins or my cousins, because it goes both ways. I stay away from his brother and cousins, and he does the same. He agreed and he's back, but it doesn't feel the same way to me. I feel like he accused me of sleeping with someone else, and that too with his own damn brother. I know my brother or brother-in-law, I guess, wouldn't betray his brother, and even I am to stay away from him. My husband would think that I am cheating when he's not around, and I don't feel comfortable about this. I love my husband because he's mine sexually, physically, but I also love my brother-in-law emotionally cause I think and treat of him as my brother. I have no idea if I could have handled my situation any better, cause I am also currently angry about all this. My wife left me after she got in shape, and now wants to get back together. I am not sure why I am posting this. I probably want some validation as my life turned upside down recently. I, 32 male, was married to my wife, 33 female, for 4 years, and we had a great marriage so far. I was madly in love with my wife. She fell into depression mainly due to her job in 2022. I tried to support her in every way and suggested her going to the gym or doing any kind of sports to distress. I had my own depression episode before we got married, and what saved me was going to the gym. She agreed to that, and we started going there together. I could not go as frequent as in the past since my workload got heavier after my promotion. However, I tried my best to be there with her. She used to be a bit chubby, which I loved, and after seeing some changes with her body, she started to go there regularly. It also helped her with depression and she got better. I was really happy to see her get better and livelier. She looked more confident, got more aggressive in bed and so on. However, after a while that confidence level started to affect our relationship for worse. She started going to the parties and going outside to a point she completely stopped doing her share in the house. That proceeded with me seeing her getting flirty with a guy at a meetup we went. I communicated my feelings to her, and she dismissed these. After several of these, I had her sit down with me and told her that she is riding high on her newly found confidence and emotions right now. I clearly stated she should not make decisions or actions according to that confidence right now. I know it well. It was one of my worst traits. I used to be extremely emotionally driven in the past. I suggested we go to a marriage counselor, and hell broke loose. She said vile things to me like how she realized she settled down with me after getting better, and she could do much better than me. She said I am insecure and other things. This woman used to be sweetest person on the earth, and I was shocked after hearing the things she said to me. She filed for divorce the following month, and I did not hear much from her other than some lawyer talks. Our court seeing is scheduled to be next month, and my lawyer told me there is a high chance it'll be concluded then. There is not much to share. Similar income, only shared asset is our joint account, similar savings and no kids. House is my mom's, so it's out of division. I accepted my marriage is going to end like that. Last week she called crying and told me she regrets everything. She apologized over and over again, but I felt disappointed. Not angry, not sad, but just disappointed. She did not text me, nor call me even once since the divorce started. I did not even know where she was since she just left the home. I told her there is no going back now. She has been messaging me nonstop. My family supports my decision and tell me I should not back down. My in-laws were shocked when they heard about the divorce. They are now telling me to rethink everything. I will 99.9% not back down, but as I said, just looking for validation and maybe wanted to vent. Thank you for reading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, please like, comment, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos.